Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have Moon Beast versus Robert the Lightning, and this is going to be another post-maze replay. We got 40 versus 40, gotta love to see it, and we will see Robert decide to go first. Opening hands, we have Soufflenier, Inclusion, Soufflenier, Parasortal, and then Fenrir. They have Bestial Magma, Pressured Planet, Engraver, Anubis, the Last Judge, and Fua. Okay, so I have to read over this card. So this card says, cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summon from your hand or graveyard while you have 3 or more cards in your graveyard with different names that are Temple of the Kings and or traps by placing 2 of them to the bottom of the deck in any order. Okay. Then it says you could send this card from the hand to the graveyard, add 1 the man with the mark from the deck to the hand. And then if a spell or trap you control is destroyed by card effects, you can target 1 card the opponent controls and destroy it. Okay, you can only use each of these effects once per turn. Alright, so they're going to go main phase, Pressured Planet, go ahead grab out Unicorn, and then special out Unicorn, Unicorn effect, go ahead grab out Birth. I don't know if they should have started with this or not, because I mean, Droll and Lockbird is becoming decently popular post-maze, but I don't know what the card this search does. Okay, so this card says, when this card is normal summon and special summon, you can take 1 Temple of the Kings or 1 spell or trap that mentions it from the deck and either add it to the hand or send it to the graveyard. You can only use this effect of this card once per turn. Then it says, while you control Temple of the Kings, this card and Apophis monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Temple of the King you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay, so now they're going to go Engraver for Tract. I know this deck needs, like, extra bodies. I assume, like, every Silhouette Rabbit deck normally needs extra bodies. Like, even the Aggro Star deck plays Kashtira cards sometimes, or they play the Fiendsmith cards, just because you need bodies for Silhouette Rabbit, and that card's really good in these trap-type decks. So now they're going to go Lurie in the Requiem, and then Requiem in the Lacrima, and then Lacrima dump Engraver, Requiem effect to equip, and then make Necro equip, summon out Engraver by shuffling back Lurie, and then overlay to make DDD, and then normal summon Mark, go ahead search out Treasures of the King, which is a field spell. It looks like it's going to be a secret field spell too. Then it says, this card, when this card is activated, you can set 1 Apophis trap from the deck. This card's name becomes Temple of the Kings while it's in the field zone. Once per turn, if you have 2 or more set cards on your field or a trap in your graveyard, you can add 1 monster that mentions Temple of the Kings from the deck to the hand. Okay. Oh, that's also cool because it says while you have a trap in the grave. So you can actually Lacrima, dump Fiendsmith in Paradise, and then that puts a trap in the grave for this. So now we're going to go activate that to go ahead and set the Apophis, the Serpent. Okay, and this also, yeah, now we have 2 or more set cards because we also have Birth. So now we can use this to go ahead and add a monster. Okay, then I got to read over both these cards. So the trap that they set says special summon this card as a normal monster. And then it says, then you can set 1 of the Apophis traps from the deck except for a copy of itself. It can be activated this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 embodiment of the... I don't know how to say this name, bro. It's not real. Apophis from the deck to the hand. Okay, so interesting. I'm not sure what this is going to set exactly. Then we added Merciless Scorpion, a Circuit. This card says, cannot be normal summon or set, must be first special summon from your hand by banishing 1 level 10 or higher monster from your hand or deck while you control Temple of the Kings, which this is the Temple of the Kings. So we can go ahead and summon this, says you can only special summon this card once per turn this way, and then once per turn during your main phase you can add 1 Temple of the Kings or 1 spell that mentions it from the deck to the hand. At the end of damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can destroy that opponent's monster, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to half of the destroyed monster's original attack permanently. Okay, so now we'll go special summon by banishing the Anubis. Okay, so this is level 10. Alright, so go ahead, banish that, special summon out, and then go ahead, search out the Temple of the Kings. Activate Temple of the Kings. I know this card has another effect too. This card says you can send 1 Mystical Beast, a Circuit, in your monster zone, and this card to the graveyard to special summon 1 monster from your hand, deck, or fusion monster from your extra deck. Wait, did this card always say send this card? Oh, wait, no, okay, this is Mystical Beast, not the Merciless Scorpion. Okay, I was about to say, this card's been out for, like, a long time. I remember playing this when I was, like, young in, like, Gravekeeper and stuff. I was gonna say, this card definitely wasn't out before. Alright, so now they're gonna go ahead, link off, make Silhouette Rabbit. Silhouette Rabbit effect goes set the Swamp Deity. This card says during the main phase, you can special summon this card as a normal monster. Then it says, then you can negate the effects of face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of other continuous trap cards you control until the end of the turn. Okay, so pretty much we can go like, they go like Chainlink 1 Lightning Storm, Chainlink 2 Deity, Chainlink 3 Serpent. Then we can go ahead and like dodge it. Oh, we can also activate this to turn it was set now because we had Temple of the Kings. So that's going to go ahead and set another Deity. So we have multiple like negations set up. Then we're going to summon out Divine Serpent. Okay, this card says 2 monsters that mention Temple of the Kings must be either fusion summon or special summon by attributing 2 Apophis monsters. Then once per turn you can target up to 3 Apophis traps with different names in your graveyard and set them. Wait, what? Once per turn you can target up to 3 traps in your graveyard with different names and set them. Like out of the Apophis traps. That sounds crazy. Then it says, once per turn if a trap card is activated except during the damage step, you can target 1 card the opponent controls, destroy it. Okay, so it's a once per turn destroy. It sets 3, and it's easy to summon, is what it seems like. This card seems nice. Card seems nice. Okay, so wait, how did they even bring this out though? I know this could be activated. Oh, because this can also be activated because of this. Okay, so they just activate both of these, tribute them off for the fusion, and then effect to reset them both. Okay, that's cool. Activate Birth, summon back out the Kashira Unicorn, and then pass, they draw Fua. Not the card they'd want as the 6th card there, so now we're going to see Crystron go first. Opening hands, we have Soufflenier, Soufflador, Inclusion, Droplet, Citry. They have Ash, Engraver, Imperm, Metal Tronus, and Treasure of the King. So activate Inclusion, go ahead, grab out Cluster, and then, I was going to say, they could, like, Ash it, but they can also save Ash for something like Soufflador. So Soufflador effect to go dump. I was going to say, definitely want to stop this card, though. And they're going to go ahead and Imperm that. Normal out Citry. I guess we could save Ash for the, Tristaros if they can get to it. Synchro effect to go ahead and add back the Soufflador, and then Soufflenier, discard Soufflador, special summon out, which they could have also led with this, and then Soufflador could just pop a card on the field to summon itself out, because it would already be in the grave, and then this would have added 1 back, so we'd be like +1 cards right now. Then we're going to pop the Synchro summon back out from the graveyard, overlay, make Nova, make Infinity, and then Inclusion, summon back out the Synchro, and then set 2, pass, they draw Terraforming, and then go main phase, activate Terraforming, grab out the Pressured Planet from the deck to the hand, activate Pressured Planet, grab out Fenrir. Yeah, that's fine. I don't like the way that the Crystron player played that turn. Special summon out Fenrir, and then Fenrir effectively goes search. We're going to Infinity to negate and destroy, then Engraver, Tract, Luri, Requiem. I was going to say, maybe on Larry's summon we were going to, like, cluster pop, but apparently not. Lacrima, dump Engraver, shuffle back Larry, special summon out Engraver, and then cluster pop now. Okay, I guess doesn't want to get punished by them having, like, a normal summon way to Fiendsmith, or, like, ways to get bodies in the Fiendsmith, so they make them go through it. But now it's like they have follow-up off of the activate Treasure of the Kings, go ahead, grab out the Anubis, the Last Judge, and then go ahead, discard, go search out the Man with the Mark, and then now we can go normal summon effect, go ahead, set the Serpent, and then we can go set Metal Tronus, field spell effect, go ahead and search. You can add 1 monster that mentions this doesn't search this, right? I guess let me reread over it. Once per turn, if you have 2 more set cards, trap your graveyard, you can add 1 monster that mentions it. Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to be able to add Temple of the Kings, unless if I'm just tripping. Does this card have the extra effect to do it? No, this card does not have the extra effect to do it. Okay, I don't know where they got Temple of the Kings from. Activate, go ahead, set from deck, and then activate, negate the cluster, and then go into the Divine Serpent, use the effect to reset. They're going to go ahead, droplet it, and then summon out the Last Judge by putting 2 back to the bottom of the deck. If you have 3 or more cards in your graveyard with different names that are Temple of the Kings or traps. Okay, oh, and they have Imperm Engraver, which is a trap. That's cool. Battle phase, go ahead, swing over, and then I'm not sure why they're pointing at both cards here. Are they supposed to be popping something? Oh, they're saying D negated? Oh, wait. Oh. They're trying to say, like, oh, you negated cluster, but you needed to negate the synchro with the deity, so that way this stops them from losing 500. So now they're just going to go SP, banish cluster, then make Silhouette Rabbit to go ahead and set the Serpent, and then, does this stop it from summoning itself that turn? You can set one from the deck with an effect. No, okay, it doesn't. I was gonna say, sometimes they say, like, oh, you can't activate the card that turn, and I was gonna say, it is a trap, though, so you should be able to. Like, you shouldn't be able to, but if the card says you can, then you probably can. Then we go ahead, draw on the Citrus. I don't know if they shuffled their deck. They're gonna go activate, and then set from deck. And then they're going to go Soufflador effect, pop the Synchro special, and then effect to go dump Chain Ash Blossom, and then activate Soufflanier, discard special, and then pop itself, effect to go special out the Tristaros from deck in defense position, and then use those to make Synchro 7 effect to add back. And then, yeah, I was going to say, I doubt they could Metaltronus this. They're going to go ahead, grab the cluster, and then Tristaros pop, special summon out 2 from the deck. And then we get the Synchro effect to go ahead and special summon back out from the graveyard or banish. So we summon out the Smiger, Tristaros, and then summon back out the Soufflanier. Okay, and then, never mind, summoning back out just the Synchro instead. And then using Smiger to make Clockwork Knight. Smiger effect, go ahead, grab out the Inclusion. Activate Inclusion, they're going to chain to go ahead and negate that. And then use those to, that does not work. Holy, imagine if you could make this that easy. Like, that's also just not what it does. Like, what? They're just making up effects now. They just use a 7 plus a 2 to make this. When this takes 2 or more tuners, this can only target monsters. They targeted back row. They're just making up effects. They're just not reading at all. Neither of them. Inclusion, special summon back out. To be fair, I didn't expect, like, insane gameplay from this, because this is, like, in custom, because these cards aren't actually on DB yet. That's why you can see right here, they're made by Diddle Sticks instead of just having, like, the regular code down here. So you can, like, I was gonna say, I wasn't expecting the best gameplay, but I did want to show off this deck, because people have been asking for it, and it is a deck that is coming out in the next set. Okay, so they're using the effect to go search instead of sent to the graveyard. Wait, didn't we just beat over it, though? Wait, yeah, we beat over it, so you can't activate that. You can't activate that in that step. Oh, was it Lacrima they were using? Okay, it looks like they were using Lacrima. Wait, doesn't this search? This card sent to the graveyard, you can add one. Aren't we supposed to be searching off that? Okay, then they're gonna go Requiem and the Lacrima. Doesn't dump anything, though, and then pass to draw Unicorn. Then summon out Engraver by shuffling back Requiem, activate Cluster, go ahead, pop both the bodies. They still have Silhouette Rabbit, though, so they can't summon out Unicorn. So, battle phase, attack, just take damage. I was gonna say it doesn't do anything, though. Oh, okay, or they can make Typhon. Sure. So go ahead, summon Typhon, bounce back, battle phase, beat over, and then pass. Clockwork Knight also does have another effect, though, where you target a machine with 1,000 or less attack in the graveyard, then tribute one machine monster, except this card, and if you do, special summon it back in defense position. So we do have that option to be able to go ahead and bring back out a body. So we're going to go main phase, Soufflanier, discard special, pop itself, Soufflanier, summon out Smiger from the deck in defense position, Clockwork Knight effect, go ahead. Bring back out from the graveyard, get rid of Smiger, Soufflador, pop the Cluster, and then Chain Cluster, pop Typhon, special summon out, and then activate the effect to go dump Inclusion plus Smiger, and then use those to make Synchro 7 effect, add back Cluster. Then we also have, like, Tristaros that could be activated to go ahead and pop, and then special summon out from the deck, and then Synchro effect to special summon back out the Tristaros. Okay, then use those to make F.A. Dawn Dragster, battle phase, go swing. Sure. A lot of people are really bad with this deck, I'm not gonna lie. I've noticed that, like, obviously, like, normally with these, like, rogue type decks, people aren't the greatest with them, But, like, this deck specifically, I found a lot of people to be bad with, because this deck doesn't play Yu-Gi-Oh! The same way that other decks play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, it's not normally you just do your turn 1 combo and you just auto-win the game. A lot of the times, you do your turn 1 combo, half your board gets broken, you still stop the opponent enough, and then on your turn 2, so turn 3 of the duel, you now have to, like, crack back at the opponent's board, and then even then, a lot of the time, you're still not ending the game. So then turn 5, you have to end the game. And a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players just can't go past that turn 3 mark. Even the turn 3 mark is where a lot of people make a lot of mistakes. But, you know, it's not like playing Ryzeal, where, like, Ryzeal's turn 5 is like, okay, I have X in hand, special X, dump Eclipse Twins, and it's pretty obvious on what to do for the most part. This deck, it's not super obvious on what to do. You kind of need to, like, build a game plan on what you're actually going to do when you're in these scenarios. And, like, you know, figure out how to play the deck. Also, I guess, like, I guess this card's effect does have it to where once per turn when your opponent activates a Spire Trap, you can reduce the level by 2, which will make it at level 5. I actually don't know. You can make the Crystron synchro with this, right? That's actually a pretty good thing to know. I actually don't know if you can do that, because if this becomes level 5 and this is a level 2 tuner, then that can summon out Citru from deck after we shuffle it back, and can that make the synchro 9? Because if so, I feel like that's actually a really good thing to know. And I'm surprised this has never, like, come up for me before. Or maybe it has and I just didn't see the line. So they're trying to... Brother. They gotta be trolling. They gotta be trolling. They gotta be trolling. Oh, they can set it then activate it because Temple of the Kings. Okay. It looked like they just activated it from hand. I was like, bro, are you kidding me right now? He's like a full field right there. So they're gonna go ahead, chain, bring out Samurai Destroyer. Sure, special Unicorn, and then cluster to pop it. And then that should just be game, right? They don't have what it takes to summon this. But different names, Temple of the Kings or traps. Oh, and or traps. No, they can summon this out because they have another impermanent graveyard now. So summon out by putting back 2. Or can I put back Treasure of the King? Wait. I don't know if it says it's Temple of the Kings while it's in the graveyard. I know it says it while it's on the field. Pretty sure it just said while it's in the field spell zone. So they're going to go ahead, shuffle back, special, go in the Requiem, and then Requiem tribute to go special, and then they said, oops, sorry. I mean, they do have a target, but, so go ahead, effect to equip. Wait, I'm confused. Didn't they just, like, not summon this card? Or are they trying to shuffle back something else for it? Okay, battle phase, attack the Samurai Destroyer, effect, special summon back out. Wait, never mind. This is only if it's left by an opponent's card effect. I'm tripping. This is a very good card, though. A lot of people don't use this card correctly. Like when you get hit with Nib, you can chain this, and then, you know, bring this out, and then this will be tributed, and then you can special summon back out. Or, like, attack with Samurai Destroyer, on attack, Crystron Cluster, pop a card. They can't chain anything because Samurai Destroyer. So now main phase 2, make sequence, and then sequence effect, shuffle back, and then bring out the Desiree. Okay. Also, did they just, like, never search a monster last turn? They might not even have a monster left in deck until they, like, cluster or something. Sequence effect, draw Ash. I mean, they did use cluster last turn, so now they're going to go cluster to pop sequence. They said, okay, we're not even going to try to negate that. Smiger goes search, and then make Typhon, bounce the Desiree, Inclusion, go search out Tristaros. That's just in the wrong order. Yeah, because you can't normal summon for the rest of the turn after you do that. Okay, then they're just going to go battle phase, swing, pass, they draw Engraver, never mind, they draw Treasure of the King, and then they're just saying, I'm going to Ash Blossom, whatever you top deck, just scoop. So now, activate Treasure of the King, cluster, go ahead, pop it, to out it, and then summon out the Anubis. Wait, yeah, it's only while it's in the field zone. Okay, so they're also just not using their effects correctly, and they don't, okay, yeah. So they're trying to put back to summon out, battle phase, swing over. They also didn't take the damage from Typhon last turn. Okay, now they should scoop. Okay, but to be honest, we're gonna end it there. I know it's not the full match, but like, oh my god, these players are awful. Like, I can't watch it. I actually can't. I'm sorry, I can't watch it. It's not my fault, it's their fault. But I just wanted to see what these Anubis cards did, and I feel like I got a pretty decent idea of what they can do. I definitely want to find a better player playing the deck, though, which will probably take some time until the cards are, like, actually released on DB. I don't think people are going to be hyping this deck the same way they were hyping, like, Mitsurugi. Mitsurugi was, like, you know, like, combo, it's doing cool things. This deck's more like a trap deck, which means we probably won't play it, because traps are just, like, the worst thing in the game. Like, between monster spells and traps, how many traps you want to draw on your hand going second against Malice, or Mermail, or Ryzeal? You don't want to draw these trap cards. You want to draw your spells and monsters. But, alright, that's going to be it for the video. And with that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace, have a nice day, stay safe.